Good afternoon, sci-fi movie nerds, and welcome to another episode of the Sci-Fi Movie Guy. And why am I here talking to you today? Because Justice League, for all intents and purposes, has failed. The movie Justice League has failed. And what does this mean for the DCEU? Well, I can only predict that Aquaman and Flash movies, because they were already in development, Aquaman for sure will be released with Jason Momoa as Aquaman, and possibly the Flash movie, and then they're going to have to reset the DCEU. So you ask me, why are they going to have to reset the DCEU? Why am I not going to get one of the best Batman ever, Ben Affleck? Why am I not going to get Wonder Woman, who's amazing, in Gal Gadot? Well, the reason is because you folks didn't go out and see this movie. The box office numbers do not lie. We are in week 3 of Justice League. It's just barely made over $200 million domestically. The Avengers made $200 million in its opening weekend. And so I know there's Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman fans out there that did not go see this movie. So why didn't you go see this movie? And then you don't have a right to complain when you say, oh, well, you know what? They're not going to keep making these movies. Well, it's your fault because you didn't go out and see this movie. Now, are there other things that led you not to go see this movie? Absolutely they are. First of all, Man of Steel, I think, was a great movie. I think it was probably one of the best Superman movie ever made. Batman v Superman had some issues, but I really enjoyed the film. Suicide Squad had even more issues, but again, I really enjoyed the film. And then there's this movie, which I think was a great movie. I don't think that there was as many flaws with this movie, Justice League, as there were with Batman v Superman or Suicide Squad. I think they were correcting the ship, just like everybody asked them to. Just like all the fans said, please put some more humor in it. We don't want as much dark. And that's what they got. But you didn't go see this movie, so there's no way Warner Brothers is going to keep making them if you're not going to go see them. So when you say, oh, well, I'm not going to see Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman anymore, you know what? You might get one more Wonder Woman movie, and that's it. Because Patty Jenkins has signed on to do Wonder Woman 2, but I don't think we'll get much after that out of her. Unless you guys go out in droves to see Aquaman and to see Wonder Woman 2 and to see The Flash. But if you're not going to go see Justice League, then I don't think you're going to go out and see these movies either. I could be wrong, but let's go back and figure out why this is all happening. First of all, the Marvel Universe has had tremendous success under Kevin Feige, and they know how to make these movies. I mean, going right back to the first one in the MCU with Iron Man in 2008, this movie rocked. It was fantastic. I honestly didn't think that they could pull off an Iron Man movie all by itself, but they did. And then from there, they built up their characters, and they did a great job, and they had the right mixture of comedy and action. But let's not forget that the DC Universe, just very recently before that, had some amazing movies. Batman Begins. This is the Nolan Batman trilogy. One of the best portrayals of the Joker ever in The Dark Knight, and Bane in The Dark Knight Rises. All three exceptional movies, in my opinion, and great superhero movies. So why didn't we support the new DCEU as opposed to we did support the Marvel MCU? And I think the biggest reason is that the DCEU came after, and it was a much darker, grittier storytelling. It wasn't slapstick, in your face, easy to understand. It was a much deeper movie, and I think that is just telling of what moviegoers that are in the superhero genre want right now. They want happy, go in, kids movies, enjoy themselves. Now, we know Deadpool and Logan are the exceptions, and those did really well amongst people my age and over 18, and they were great movies. But for the most part, when we go see our favorite superhero characters, we want to see funny, we want to see lighthearted, we want to see tons of action. And you know what? I still think Captain America Civil War and The Dark Knight are the two best superhero movies ever made. Those are just my opinions. Avengers was a really close third in my opinion, but this new DCEU, Zack Snyder's vision, wasn't that. Now Wonder Woman corrected, but it didn't correct enough obviously for you folks, because you just didn't go see the Justice League. Now I went and saw that movie twice. I go see all of the big superhero movies twice, so I can make sure I didn't pick anything up or miss anything. But you know what? I'm probably not going to go see the Justice League again in the theaters, whereas I went and saw Captain America Civil War 4 times. I went and saw the Avengers 5 times. So am I to blame? Probably. But are you guys to blame too? Yes, you are, because you did not go see these movies. Now, I have a couple friends who said, I'm not going to bother seeing Justice League because I didn't like Batman v Superman and I didn't like Suicide Squad. And I said to them, well, what did you think of Wonder Woman? And they're like, I haven't seen it yet. So what did DC do? Well, DC got you so disappointed in their movies that you're not willing to spend your hard-earned money to go out and see them anymore. So therefore, they're not going to make these movies anymore. So the only thing that the DCEU can really do at this point is stray off and just do single one-off movies and not have a continuous universe, or reboot the universe. I don't know how they're going to do that. I don't know if they're going to do that, but I do know for sure they're not going to keep making movies if they're not going to make money. Justice League is going to lose money. I don't even think it's going to break even at this point. Even when you get to DVD sales and online streaming sales, everything like that, I just don't think this movie's going to make back its money. And Warner Brothers is not in the business of losing money. So that they can show a very small select people that like the DCEU these movies. So when somebody asks you, why didn't these movies go? Well, A, they made some missteps with them, so people didn't want to go see them. But more importantly, it's just basically because you and I did not go see the movie, even though I saw the movie. If you didn't see Justice League, I'd love to hear in the comment section why you didn't go see it. Because I think that you have to give every movie a chance and say whether you liked it or didn't like it. I don't think you can base one movie off a previous movie because, yes, Batman v Superman had its problems, but you know what? I thought Justice League and Wonder Woman really were starting to correct the DC course. And I think if more people had went out and seen Justice League, we might have even had the course corrected further, because we all know how great Joss Whedon did on the Avengers movies. Joss Whedon has now taken over the helm of Justice League from Zack Snyder, who had a very, very unfortunate accident, or not accident, but family issues. And Josh really did a good job recutting this movie and doing reshoots. I still felt like it was Zack Snyder's movie because there was still that Zack Snyder feel that you get from a Zack Snyder film, but it had the Josh Whedon humor and funniness in certain parts. Did it feel a little disjointed? Yes, I could tell there were two directors on this movie, but I think if Joss Whedon had a chance to move forward with a new Justice League movie, I think it would be a lot different. I like Zack Snyder's way of storytelling. Again, I liked Batman v Superman. You obviously, most of the people didn't. So there you go. That's my opinion today on why Justice League didn't work and why the DCEU has no choice but to reboot itself. If you disagree with me, please let me know in the comments section. I'd love to hear from you. Or send me an email, movieguySciFi@gmail.com. You can follow me on Twitter @movieguySciFi, and on Facebook, same thing. And remember, everybody, nerds rule the world.